So we're going to jump into some car mechanic today. See what we got going on here. Okay. Hey Bung, how's it going? Hello. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. We always have two in the shop. Okay, this first one here. Engine. Okay, let's raise it. Oh yes, I remember you were talking about that the other day. I actually saw it somewhere. Maybe I think it was in one of the stores. It was like a just stating that it was coming out. I do remember that. Alright, we're gonna do a little car mechanic today. This one that we play this pretty regularly. We'll probably do about an hour today. Okay, so spark plug needs to be replaced. Oh, I'm gonna have to take out this engine block too. It's in pretty bad shape. So if you hear like that background noise and stuff, my wife has this really uncanny ability to always start doing something like washing dishes or cooking when I start to stream. Yeah, it's weird because she was home all day today and she just decides to do this now. she's gonna give me a hard time. But literally, like, if you listen to the streams, you always hear something going on in the background. But only when I'm streaming. She was home all day. This is what she does. Like, she told me, like, maybe 15 minutes ago, she's like, oh, I'm gonna wash my dishes. I'm like, okay. So I was thinking it was gonna be done like 15 minutes ago. But no, she waited until now. Okay, so fuel filters needed. Let's do our visual check. So we're gonna have to replace the engine block and clutch bearing release. Check the air intake. Okay. Let's move around here. Check out the suspension on this side. Looks pretty good. Alright, suspension here is good. So about to say, I know there's more than just two parts to the suspension on that end. Okay. Alright, so we see what needs to be done here. I'm just gonna drain the oil because we're gonna have to take the engine out. Oh, this engine's annoying. It's the i4. So I have to take off the front cover before I can take the bottom part out. That's going to be a pain. So we got to take this off first. Alright, I'm going to also have to take out the coolant. And okay. And I know one of the spark plugs needs to be replaced, which is this one. Alright, I gotta take these tires off because we need to get the gearbox off. So we gotta take out the axle. Okay, we have to do the other side as well. Alright, moving through here. It's a lot of work, surprisingly, that needs to be done on this vehicle. This is in really bad shape. Alright, I need an oil filter. Okay. Looks like we're down to as much as we can get. I take the pistons out from the top, but what I'm gonna do is just pull this out. Let's use the engine crane. And bring it to the stand over here. We'll take the rest of it apart. Hopefully we can fix this engine block. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Actually, let me see if there's any tuning required here. No, okay. And it looks like we identified everything. Okay, good. That was close. Almost done. The repairs. Got lucky there. Alright, let's start putting things back. Okay, let's put the pistons back in. I know we're gonna have to buy one new one. Let's take care of that now. And the rings are still good, so we'll just reuse those. Engine head. Alright, we got an ad break coming up if you're watching live. If you're a subscriber, luckily you don't have to worry about that. Perfect. Alright, let's get a new spark plug. These are in the electronics shop. They used to be in the main shop in the older version of the game. Did we tag that belt? I think we did. Serpentine belt. Yes, we did. Perfect. Okay, I like to put this first one on and then do the tensioner. Belt tensioners go a very long way. I forgot what the percentage was. Let me check the car again. Yep. Alright, 54. Okay, yeah, we're good with that part. Is 59. Okay, I think all of this looks pretty good so far. Let's continue. We need a new flywheel. And we need a clutch release bearing. And last but not least, we need an oil filter. Okay, let's rotate this bad boy. Oh, fuel filter needs to come out. What if I have any other fuel filters? Sometimes I do. Yeah, we got a 77, we'll use it. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're able to fix most of these things, so that's great. We should be rolling out of an ad now, so welcome back. Okay, this engine repair is almost done. I'll put a nice newly repaired oil pan on. Let's rotate this back. Okay, this looks good. I think everything is there. So let's remove this. Okay, excellent. Alright, let's put this back. Alright, gotta do all the stuff from under. I'll just check. Okay, yep, okay. Let's raise the vehicle. Alright, I'm gonna take a look here. I think we got most of the stuff done. Oh, we gotta change the air filter and one of the wheel bearings. Okay. Let's see if we can figure out which wheel bearing it is. It's not that one. Let's move over to the other side. Here it is. It's possible. Okay, wheel bearing, beautiful. Okay, bottom. Excellent. I was telling the stream how you always like to wash the dishes when I'm like streaming, right? Don't be mad. I thought she was gonna be upset. Alrighty, let's finish this up. Okay. One thing I miss, I think, no, I think you always have to use this. But there used to be like a one and a hold, and then another press down hold to go up or down on the old one too. If I wanted to go up, it was just, you can hold it and it'll do both levels. Alright, we gotta also take out the air filter. This is gonna be a pain. So sometimes I stream directly from PlayStation. If I'm streaming directly from PlayStation, you won't see the camera usually, because it's a different setup on that one. But right now, if you see my face, I'm going through a capture card through a PC. But sometimes I do stream directly through the PlayStation. When that happens, sometimes you usually won't see me because I have a camera for it, but I usually just don't use the camera because it'll show my whole apartment. Yeah. So sometimes, like the days where I don't feel like setting up the camera and everything else, then I'll be um, streaming straight through the PlayStation. So you'll usually just hear my voice on those streams. And what you'll also see is when I'm doing that, you'll see like a little thing that shows you like how many people are watching with like a little red thing on the top right that says like live, because that's how PlayStation's interface works. Oh yeah, it's not that random of a question. It comes up sometimes. But yes, it is possible, and sometimes I do stream directly through it. Yeah, so PlayStation, um, the 4 and the 5 do have the ability to stream directly without having to do all of that other stuff. So, so yeah. Hey Kojo, how's it going? Have you still been playing some of this car mechanically? Yeah, no, it can still be done, but you don't get like the overlays. There's like very limited overlays and um, like subscriber notifications and stuff. They're not the same. Nope, nope, still there. Yeah, so again, it depends on the day. There are days where I will do it stream through that way, and other times, for more engagement, I do it this way. Oh yeah, yeah, I did it. I usually Kojo. I played it a few. I think a few weeks ago. I streamed it like on a Thursday night. I usually it stays in the rotation. Oh, I forgot to put oil back in. This is good. We got 16,000 credits for this job. Yeah, they haven't added any new DLC for it on the console in a while. And I'm surprised they didn't go the route of like Farm Sim, where Farm Sim actually gave console players access to a lot of the mods. They haven't really done that here yet. Excellent, 16,000 credits. Okay, number two. You know what? Let's take the Dodge in, and we'll pick up something else for outside. Sometimes I like these little cars. I haven't picked up Farm Sim since I think either 2019 or 2022. So no, I didn't get the new one. I find I get into it like really heavily, and then I never complete it. I always get to a point where I feel overwhelmed by Farm Sim. So no, I didn't get it. Yeah, I don't know. Do you play Farm Sim? Oh, I did also start playing some of the new Flight Sim. I took a little bit of time to figure out what the new mappings were for my Otis, because the old one it automatically kind of mapped everything, but there's no automatic mapping for the new one, and I had some stuff set up in just like the wrong categories. So I know you were telling me, Kojo. Yeah, it is very. I think part of it also is that you can do stuff in a reasonable amount of time, and even though you tend to do the same task over and over again, for some reason on this game, I guess because each car is a little different, it doesn't seem boring to me. There's a lot of games I stop playing because you have to do like a lot of repetitive tasks. Yeah, I got pretty heavily into Farm Sim a few times. The one that I think I spent the most hours on though was one on the PlayStation Vita because I could play that while I was like out and about. Especially while I was like traveling and stuff. Yeah, right. It's like it's weird because there's some games like, oh, you gotta do the same thing over and over and over and over again, and then it's just kind of like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. But again, I think like with the different designs and the different like each car is like a little more complex than others. Some are less complex, and then you get like a nice mix of tasks. The one thing I wish that they did more of, which they had you do in the first game, I wish that we had more jobs that asked us to take care of the tires. So the first game, there always was like a few like tire replacement jobs. This one, once you finish it in like the earlier stages, it doesn't ask you to do it anymore. Yeah, right. It's like you get like really cool like things like that. And even if it's not fully true to scale, like I love taking apart like the rotary engines for the Mazdas and things like that. Like it's nice. And I think part of it is like you once you get past the story, you can choose like what you want to work on. So that also gives it like a little bit of extra freedom to enjoy it in the way that you like. Like I like taking the little compact cars with their little i4, like the inline four engines, and just like stripping them and putting them back together. Because like that, I think the i4 engines are very very unique in that they're like so tiny but also very powerful. But yeah, I think this game has a little bit. If you're into that stuff, it has a little bit that makes you keep coming back. Even after like a long play, it's like, oh yeah, I want to play it again. And with this one, I actually bought it when it came out the same day. But the other one, I got it eventually. Yeah. Yours, you get the PC version. You can get the mods in. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's one thing I wish, like I said, that they did a little bit of here. Just give us some mods. Excuse me. I've seen like Bugattis and stuff on the modded PC versions. All right, this person only really has two problems. One of them, they said the vehicle was loud, and then looks like we have something in the transmission. So, oh, well, that's what it is. That funky exhaust manifold. All right, let's tag that first, and then let's take this apart. I had to bring my grandmother to the doctor today, so I was driving her around. And she used to be a bus driver, but she can't really drive on her own anymore legally because she has dementia. Um, but like we're driving all these cars that people were selling, and she's like, "Is that a good car? Is that one a good one to get?" And most of them I was like, "No," because the brands are just horrible, and some were just like really, really like you're probably gonna be dealing with a lot of headaches with some of them. But it was pretty funny. And then she was complaining about like, oh, you gotta do this and that while I'm driving. I'm like, Grandma, you can't drive anymore, so stop. luckily her appointment went well. Alright, so Flywheel goes back in. Yeah, she's like, oh, like that. She's like, you could go around these people. And I was like, I am. I'm waiting for somebody to get past. She was like, I would already been around them. And I was like, yeah, that's why I'm driving. Because we would have been in trouble. This is the first time I worked with this V6 engine. These are interesting too. These Pentaster manifolds. We gotta replace the one on the other side. Here we have our transfer case. Really? Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not my car, to be honest, Bung, I'm like, whatever. I don't get so nervous. If it's my car, then I'm like, yeah. And to be honest, I can't remember the last time I wasn't driving my own, like my car. I think one of the cars, the only other time somebody else drove it, and I was in it, was when I picked it up. And I was with the salesperson moving it through the lot. Yeah, it depends. I have to drive every day, so there's some times where I don't feel like driving. Like tomorrow, I have to go into the city for a meeting, and I'm gonna try to see if I can bring one of my staffers with me, so I don't have to drive. We'll see. Yeah. I mean, when it comes to my car, though, I own my car because I like it, so I do enjoy driving it. Alright, that one's done. Only a few credits there. Okay. Let's do this one. I think this is gonna require some body work, but we'll see. I think we're gonna get. Oh, we have time, so we get to both of them. Okay, first things first is take this Dodge in. I have a Mazda CX-5. All-wheel drive because I got it for the snow. I've had it since 2019. I'm only the first driver on all my cars. I don't like driving something that somebody else may have messed up. Because I know some people that like lease cars, and then they usually just like they don't take care of them. Yeah, I prefer to be the only person who drove my car. And I usually hold on to them for like 6 or 7 years, sometimes 8 before I get a new one. Yeah, I mean, the only car that I had that I didn't buy myself was the first car that I got because my mom got a new car. She gave me her old one at the time. But this was in like the late 90s, early 2000s. And then when I went away to college, she actually sold it. It was a bit of a pain though after a while. Alright, last one here. I can see already that we have some suspension issues. We have one of the shock absorbers in the back that needs to be replaced. And we have a cap over here that needs to be worked on as well. So let's get to it. Oh, let's do some brakes as well. Okay, so we need a brake caliper. We can probably fix this one. Maybe not, it's at 10%. New pads. I also need a front end link here. I'm gonna have to take this cap off this one. And last but not least, we need this outer tie rod. Okay. Let's take a look at the other side while we're at it. I had to have my rear brakes done last year, and weirdly the front brakes were fine. I did the rear brakes in December last year, and the front brakes, they're like, oh, the front brakes are good. I'm like, I don't know if that makes sense because they should be wearing at the same rate, but I have a feeling that my car, when you're stopping, starts with the rear brakes. But yeah, usually my brakes, I usually only have to change one set every 5 to 6 years. Because I don't brake a lot. It's like one way to save your brakes, don't brake too much. Alright, we still got some issues. So usually when I see this kind of running gear issues, suspension rattling, we'll probably have some issues with some of these rubber bushings. Let's see. Look at the condition of these. Alright, the ones back here look okay. Let's check the ones in the front. Yeah, this one's messed up. I usually keep a bunch of rubber bushings around too. This looks like we have an issue with the wheel bearing. Yes, we do. So if you played this enough, you'll like learn whenever it's mentioned certain things, like what to look for. Okay, put the cat back in. Alright, let's take a look at this next one. We checked that one already. That one looks pretty good. This one looks pretty good. Okay. Alright, let's see. Alright, so there's one more thing that we need to figure out. Let's see. Easiest way is probably just to take this off. So let's do that. You think the bolt really? Yeah. He'll change it, really? Yeah, I saw that one, but I was like, that's not enough for it to trigger it. Let's see. We also have these like mini ones here, like these, the small ones sometimes give you some problems. Let's see. No, the axle's fine. Oh, but maybe. Here's the other. Nope, that one's fine. Huh. The thing is, I could just bring it to the tester and it'll identify it, but I'm trying not to have to do that right now. To put it ready. These good? Yep, those are all good. Oh, really? Yeah, because sometimes I forget if I did take it out to put the oil back in. It's a good thing to do. Nope, that one's good too. Wow. Okay, this one's gonna drive me crazy. One last part. Alright, the other thing I could think it could be is the bearing on this side. That one looks good. Oh, I think I know what it is. It's the part that I didn't take off. So we'll do that now. What's the front cap on this thing? Front absorber cap. There we go. Oh, sorry about that. I think sometimes the bit rate is too high through OBS for some reason. I have it set to auto and like the highest one, but sometimes I think it causes this to act up. Sway bar front end link A and rear shock absorber A. Okay, that's it. Here we go. Yeah, I think this was the last piece that they were looking for, which is good because I didn't have to take the whole car apart. All right, let's do some shopping. Actually, let me see if I can fix these calipers. It looks like the ones that I needed to fix can't be fixed. Okay. Let's see if we can lathe any of these. Nope. Okay. So we gotta do some shopping. 2 calipers. 2 sets of pads. Bought that already. Blue disc. Got that and got those. Okay, good. So let's clear this. Excellent. Alright, let's get back into it. Okay, good. These are all the same size. Alright, let's move over here. Let's put this in first. Let's put the link in. We also have the tie rod. I've seen some things lately where like they go to tow cars and they actually will hook the like tow hooks onto the tie rod. Like that could actually bend them pretty badly. Gotcha, welcome back, Kojo. Caliper. Okay, let's move over to the other side. I'm gonna put this in first. Yeah, but I've seen them do it. Like, I'm like, that's not the best. Especially if that's like drag something onto like a flatbed. It's like, oh, I was just gonna do it really quickly, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're bending those rods. Still didn't discover that last part? Okay, So we are going to go to the test path. Try to figure out what this is. It's another rubber bushing. Interesting. Because I thought I checked all of those. Let's just do the alignment since this is way out of alignment. I gotta do an alignment soon. Real life. Okay, let's bring this back. Okay. I'm gonna cheat this one. Because I don't feel like looking for it this whole time. Yep, it's in one of the parts, okay. Nice. Luckily we don't have to take the whole thing apart to get to it. Beautiful. Okay. Look at you, still at Kojo and check the oil. Pretty good. Could top off these fluids. Oh wow, they have two cooler reservoirs. Wow. Oh, it does have a supercharger, yeah, so they probably need the extra. God only knows how much gas this thing is burning. If you need that much cooling, you must be pushing a lot of. Gotcha. It's not a bad thing to do. Alright, that's it. Only 980 credits. Mainly, most of it was suspension, and suspension parts usually don't cost that much money. Let's see. Jaguar, this is just body work. Take the Vantage. And I think you're next to come into the shop. I'm gonna try to finish up maybe with the Pro car today. Let's get another car for outside. Let's see the Royale. Okay. Really, the faculty trusted you guys that much? Like, what if it was a faculty member that was really giving the kids a hard time? Alright, engines in the back. Brake problems and body parts. Okay, we could finish this one before we finish. 10 minutes. Alright, let's move this to test path. Oh no, I get that part. We had a section on that at my school too. We had a group that did auto mechanic. Actually, one of my friends does some like traveling mechanic work because of that. We also did, they used to have like a electrical house, like construction section as well, where there was like a model house that they would work on. But no, I'm surprised that the faculty would be like, well, yeah, we'll let the kids work on it. Yeah, no, but like, what if you didn't like one of the faculty members? Like, they wouldn't be scared that you may like cut their brake line or something. I know this was, a while ago, but yeah, there's like, well, they don't have to pay for it, right? Alright, so this is mainly brake jobs and body parts. Oh, okay. Brake jobs and body parts. I think this one was okay. Yeah, this one doesn't need anything. Let's put the tire rack on. I have a feeling that these tires may be misshaped. Actually, let me just do my test really quickly. This one doesn't need all that stuff, so but we'll just do it just to get a baseline. Oh, interesting. So they knew what they really wanted. Yeah, I mean the teachers that we had were all people that like literally worked in the trades for years, and then the schools would have them come in and like work with the students. I didn't really, I didn't really have time for that for those classes, so I didn't really do them. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I do have one friend who's an electrician, and last I heard, he was working for a company that was doing all of the CVS's for a while on like the East Coast. I don't know if he still works for them or not. I haven't spoke to him about it in a long time. This is an interesting little space for the dipstick. Let the Kojo have it going. Wish they gave you XP for that. Okay, caliper, disc, and pads. Right, this one looks like it's fine. So it must be this one. Yes, it is. Okay. So we need a caliper, one disc, and one set of pads. Okay. So the pads are on this one. Yeah, we're good with that. Okay. It's the part that always messes me up with the tire sizes. Here's this one. Yep, that's right. Bigger in the back. Okay, here's the other one. I said one of them don't need a set of pads. I mean, not pads, disc. I don't remember seeing a disc that needed to be replaced. Come on. Which disc? Oh, that's probably this one. It's the only one I didn't take off. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. Although now at work I have to be a little knowledgeable about all types of different systems. It's because we do training and we end up training a little bit of everything. So it's fun. I like learning about all the different stuff. Actually, tomorrow I have a meeting about a pool that they are filling. They're filling a pool in December, an outdoor pool. Doesn't make any sense to me, but that's where we are. These are the ones that I wish that like they gave you like a list that you could use. Left door, left fender, right fender. Okay, so right fender, left fender, left door. Took off the hood, rear bumper, rear window. Okay. Windshield, trunk, left tail light, right tail light, rear bumper. Is it right side mirror? Yes. Alright, so we are almost done here. Rear window. I think this is the rear window, yeah. I should do this right body window A, so I'm gonna do it. It looks like I have like a suction cap there. I think that's a speaker. Okay, let's see if we can fix any of these body parts. Kojo, do you have to paint everything when you put it back on when you do parts? Or you're okay just leaving the stock colors on it? Let's do some more shopping in the body shop. Okay. We need a windshield. We need left tail light. Let's do the right tail light. Rear window. Right side mirror. Oh, you can, if you wanted to, you can paint it. I just find it really hard to find the right color in the shop. Let's do that right body window A. It wasn't needed, but I want a nice window here. Actually, we should do this window also. Oh, yep, forgot the rear window. Squeeze that in. Oh, how to for the color to match the actual color. Gotcha. I'll use the codes. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I guess I could do that. This is pretty good. 12,000 credits. It'll be less. Alright, this is where we're going to leave it here today. Thank you, Kojo, for stopping by. Thank you, Bung. Let's get a Mercedes Pagoda for next time. Beautiful. Okay. Let's save the game. Let's head to the main menu. Yes, thank you. I'll be watching some television. It's Thursday. They have a prime football game on if I remember to watch it. But that's it for tonight. Thank you for stopping by. Don't leave yet. We'll find someone to stream. We will really been interested in a lot of the spy flights lately since he's been playing Microsoft MSFS 2024. He is flying in the A13, the Phoenix A13. There's a lot of brand new planes in there as well, which are really nice. All right, folks, thank you for stopping by. I think maybe, yeah, we should be back on Sunday. I think this weekend is good, hopefully. And stay out of trouble, everyone. Have a good evening.